Good afternoon, Longhorns. Bienvenidas, bienvenidos. Students, friends, families, and guests, those with us here in person, and also those joining us online. Welcome to the Spring 2020-24 College of Education Teacher Pinning Ceremony. One of my first adventures at UT was to get to attend one of these pinning ceremonies. And you don't realize this, but we do. What's about to happen here brings us joy for months when we see you here and thinking about what you're about to do in changing the world. So thank you to our graduates for inspiring us as we think about this next adventure for you. I just want to start. By the way, I'm Charles Martinez. I'm Dean of your College of Education. What you've achieved is extraordinary. And what you're going to do for the world is unlike many of the amazing graduates we're going to have at UT, because you are life changers. I know what we've prepared you for. I know who you are. We see you. And I could not be more proud of this group of graduates for what you're about to do. Our strength, as you've learned, is in the community we build together. The cohorts here, what you stood alongside each other to do in the PDS and your experiences, the trials, the tribulations, it was a strength you had in each other that saw you through those doubts. It was the mentors who gave you guidance and sometimes just a hug and cheerleading. Those are our communities. Those are our strength. Do you think we need each other now? Do you need each other now? So here we are. Let's bask in this moment. And let's think about that, the difference that you're about to make in this world. This is a special celebration. This is your moment, reflecting on what you have accomplished, remembering the work you put in, the heart, the soul, the passion, and compassion. While a significant portion of your academic career is coming to a close, unbelievable chapters have opened up for you. Your teaching career. All of us here in your College of Education are excited for what this next chapter holds for each of you. We know you will make an impact in the lives of your students and your communities. You have chosen to commit your lives to work that matters. It matters now more than ever. You know, our college has seen this massive amount of growth in the last 5 years. We're in demand in a way no other college is at UT. And it confuses everybody because everyone knows how hard teaching is. And by the way, it didn't get any easier in the last 5 years, right? Everyone knows how hard our health professions are and the work that we do in the other parts of the college. And yet our students keep coming. And when I get asked the question, why are they showing up? It's easy to think that the answer is, well, they're just naive or they don't understand how hard it is. I've never met a first-year student, I certainly haven't met any soon-to-be graduates who don't understand how hard it is. It's not what's going on. This is a call to action. It's a moment in which what you're doing in service to your community matters more than ever and will make an impact that will matter for generations of Texans and young people and communities and schools. It's a calling. And that's all the inspiration we need today. In these moments, our students who are already at risk before the challenges of the last few years, including English language learners, those with special needs, and those already suffering from economic hardship and lack of resources, have an even greater need for teachers who are equipped with the very tools that each of you have been given during your time with us. Teaching is work that engages the mind, the body, and the spirit. Effective teachers must develop curricula that responds to children's cultural backgrounds, engages diverse learners, and develops critical thinking while simultaneously responding to students' social-emotional needs and the unique life circumstances that they encounter. Teachers must be attuned to each student's strengths and challenges. They must prepare our youth for educational and personal transitions. That is why not just anyone can do it. It's a problem in Texas right now because we have such a need for teachers that there's almost a mentality of like, does anyone know anyone could sit in a classroom? Not anyone can do this job. It takes what you are bringing to do this job right. You have worked hard to earn this degree, and like the students you will teach, you have experienced unprecedented disruption in your education. You have adapted, you have persevered, and you have accomplished what you set out to do. You are graduating at a time when a huge spotlight is shining on the extraordinarily hard work that teachers do, on their value to our society and to our democracy. Take this moment to celebrate yourselves, your resilience, your fortitude, and the communities and loved ones who have shared their strength and encouragement, which has allowed you to complete this portion of your education journey. No teachers are more prepared for the challenges of this current moment than you, the class of 2024. Remember, it's not just what starts here that changes the world. It's who starts here. You are the change makers. You're going to next hear from Melissa Wetzel. She is the chair of the Department of Curriculum and Instruction, as well as a professor of language and literacy studies. Please welcome Dr. Wetzel.
Thank you, Dean Martinez. Welcome to our spring teacher pinning ceremony. My name is Melissa Wetzel, and as Dean Martinez mentioned, my role is as department chair of the Department of Curriculum and Instruction, and I have had the pleasure of working with many of the faculty who have been your guides in courses and also in your field work. I'm so excited to see you all today. It's just amazing to stand up here and look at your beautiful faces. As Dean Martinez started and reminded us, we have the opportunity to gather today. It's a precious gift to be together. We acknowledge the importance of this community. We know that this community has been your support and your anchor through the long period of your PDS and also for many of you, your work up until that point. We also know the importance of this community in helping us to sustain the values that we hold closest to our hearts, those that brought us into teaching. And in this moment, as you might be thinking about your next steps and where you're going to apply and how you're going to navigate the decision-making process of how to enter into this profession, we know that this is also your community and your network of support to make those hard decisions. For those of you that have already thought and decided on your pathway next year and where you're going to be, it's an exciting moment. And for those of you, I know many of you who are still considering what's next for me, I hope that you know that this profession is waiting for you. It's ready for you, and you are so prepared to enter into this profession and to make a difference. You will quickly find yourselves at home in a new community with a new cohort of professionals who will be your sustaining anchor, and they will keep you grounded and keep you moving forward and growing in this profession. Entering into this profession, of course, it's more than just a collection of experiences, the checking of boxes, right? Making sure that all of your paperwork and your DocuSigns have been uploaded into Box, right? It's more than that. The boxes mean so much less than the actual substance of our work and what you've accomplished. These are boxes to check off. The substance is what you've experienced and what that paperwork really represents. Entering into the profession means that we see ourselves working in solidarity with communities, with teachers and students and families, both inside and outside of the classroom. Just a quick departure from my notes. My son's fourth grade teacher asked me yesterday, how many games are left in the season? Because I want to make sure to see him play baseball before the season is over. And it just really touched me that this teacher who's been in the profession for 20 years is still making sure on her list that she attends every child's game or has some kind of connection with the family outside of the school. So we see ourselves working together with others because we know that's what it takes to create a better world. We see the value in the linguistic and cultural diversity in our community, and we see that what starts here changes the world when we bring that valuing stance. So welcome to this pinning ceremony, my fellow teachers. It's now my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Melanie Yeager. Melanie is a graduate of our special education program, class of 2022. See, I paused because I knew that was coming. She is going to speak about her journey into the classroom and how all of our stories, although different, are rooted with the same goals and values. As well, she will offer you a glimpse of life in the classroom and advise you on navigating your future endeavors. The College of Education is certainly proud to call Melanie our alumnus. Please join me in welcoming Melanie Yeager.
Excuse me just a moment. I'm just going to get up here. And should be good. There we go.
All good?
And who we need to know?
Perfect, that's me. Hi y'all, my name is Melanie Kate Yeager, and I'm a proud Longhorn and Cohort F graduate. And since graduating from UT in 2022, I've been a special education teacher in Eanes ISD. I'm lucky to teach the most incredible group of students in a resource setting for language arts. My first 2 years of teaching have been joyful, growing, and challenging all at once. I've known I've wanted to teach since I was a little girl in preschool. My free time was spent in my living room with my mom and my sister playing school. Even though I couldn't read or write at that young of an age or fully even speak in complete sentences yet, I would spend hours on end doing the best that I could to mimic the read-alouds and lessons my teachers instilled in me. I had my very own whiteboard in my living room that I did the best I could to write sentences on. I went to teacher stores to buy the same supplies my teachers had, and I'm sure a lot of you in this room had a similar experience. All of that to say, my teachers had an impact on my life even at my earliest stage of school. My whole life, I knew that teaching was what I was meant to do. As I got older and went through student teaching, the realities of the career began to set in. Yes, teaching has always been my dream. Yes, I couldn't wait to work with kids. And yes, I was so excited to have a class of my own so soon. But all of that didn't come without its own set of challenges and fears. Holding such responsibility for children's education and trajectory can be scary, and teaching is hard. And there are long hours, as y'all know, spent planning, grading, collecting data, and so much more. There's a lot of responsibility, and oftentimes it can feel nearly impossible to do it all at once. And in those moments when things grew hard, challenging, and stressful, my heart always came back to the kids. While the education system has so many different types of classrooms and schools, we all have one commonality of who we are all here for and why we do what we do: the kids. Our love for kids is at the heart of everything we do as educators. The College of Education prepared all of us with educational strategies and evidence-based practices, all for the purpose of giving every child, no matter their background, language, or abilities, the most amazing education that we can. As I was planning this speech, I thought through the pieces of advice that I could give you, and as I was doing this, I kept thinking back to, what would the kids want future teachers to know? And that's when it hit me. Yes, I could give you words of wisdom that I've learned along the way, but who better to hear it from than the kids themselves, the ones we are directly impacting on a daily basis. So I had lots of conversations with lots of kids over the last few months, and these are the pieces of advice they had for you about what should future teachers know that I thought were pretty insightful and aligned with some of the same things I would share with you too. So number one, which I thought was extremely wise, intelligent, thoughtful, and groundbreaking, have lessons about Taylor Swift and the Longhorns. Yep. Clearly, I've taught my students about some of the most important things in life. They thought it was important for you to know that it's important to teach them those things too, and to raise the next generation of Longhorn-loving Swifties. Number 2, be loving. Help and do things for other people. They said help students with things like learning how to read. Serving kids is the most important thing that we do. Our whole job is being a helper, helping kids grow, helping kids succeed, and helping students reach their full potential and realize their strengths for themselves. As you begin your journey as a teacher, you're going to have the chance to do those things for a lifetime. You will impact generations for years to come. Whether you're teaching elementary, middle, or high school, you are making a difference by helping students. Number 3, know the needs of your students. If you have a student who struggles with things like typing or spelling, learn how to best help them. Our students need us. Students of every ability and background need us. As a classroom teacher, it's vital for us to know what our students need, whether academically, socially, emotionally, or even for basic needs. Know your kids, know what they need, and know how to best help them. Number 4, it's nice to have a teacher who listens to you and asks you things about your life outside of school. Ask them about the experiments they're doing or the books they're reading. As teachers, we do so much more than teaching academics. Our students look up to us as mentors and people who care about them deeply. While knowing your students' academic needs is so important, it's also important to take interest in and show that you care about who they are as a person beyond the walls of your classroom. Those are the students that students need and remember for a lifetime. Number 5, be kind. It's simple and it's true, be kind. Even if your students don't remember every single concept you teach them, and honestly, they probably won't, but here's what they will remember: how you treated them and how you made them feel. Students remember teachers who treated them differently than maybe others in their life have before. Be someone who treats others with kindness and empathy. We are in such a unique position to have an impact on countless lives through a domino effect. While it may seem like your classroom is one small part of the world, it's not. When kindness starts exactly where you are, it will ripple throughout your community and ultimately even beyond that. Our students are right. It's important to be kind. Teaching will not always be easy. The days are long. The job has many, many difficulties and challenges, as you know. But know that you are ready. The College of Education has prepared you more than you could ever know. You are ready for this. And when things get hard, and they will, know that the kids are worth it. Their light bulb moments, their smiles and laughter, their funny stories, and their growth. The kids are worth it. Best of luck. Your future students are so lucky to have you. Thank you and hook 'em.
All right, well, thank you so much, Melanie, and thank you to your wonderful students for their insightful bits of advice for our graduating teachers. So thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. So we are big on advice here for you this afternoon as we're sending you off into your profession. So you've heard from Melanie and her students, and now we have some additional advice from you from some other experts. And I think you'll be interested as well in what they have to say. So let's hear from them.
I would tell you to be a hero. You can make your students be happy, be nice. You should do kind stuff. When I say something to you, then you say something to me really kindful.
Don't be yelling in the first day, because then they're not gonna like you.
You can be a good teacher by being respectful. Give them 10 minutes of recess. You should decorate your classroom. The most important thing teachers can do is help kids learn. Because if they learn, you can learn a little bit too.
They're trying to make us smart. And so that when we grow to be like them, to be a teacher or a firefighter, we can actually know what to do. And you should always like give your kids a snack.
I tell that teacher to give me a hug. A teacher could calm a student by making a peace area and making them feel better, like laugh and do some other stuff. You should give them advice.
Teachers should always ask their students, how was your day? Or ask them like what they're thinking about.
Whenever I have a problem, I want y'all to come with me and talk about it with me so I can get over it and just help me learn more stuff every single day.
Ser paciente con sus alumnos, no juzgarlos, ayudarlos y apoyarlos y ser como un amigo para ellos.
Give more recess time. Give us candy each day if you'd be good. Help them get good education. Give them more recess.
They shouldn't be on their phone.
My advice is to really get to understand students and what works best for each individual. And we're all humans, we make mistakes, but with the right attention and the right motivation, every student can be your best student.
I would not pressure a kid to like talk in front of a class, to read out loud, or to like share, because some kids like don't really like talking in front of other people.
Don't let people walk by themselves. Or don't let people cross the street without their teacher. My advice to the new teacher would be to make poems. Mi consejo es leerle libros y darme poemas.
You should teach reading and writing.
A teacher to me is like a teacher that you can count on, and a teacher that will actually help you with your work when you need help, and a teacher that will actually listen, like when you're feeling down or if you're having problems at your house.
To be loud, to have a voice, and to encourage students to really just push themselves to learn more, even though they're going to like a college or university, or even if they're not, push them to like search for new things beyond the classroom.
Que piensen más afuera de lo que pueden hacer, que se enseñen a estudiar diferente, a hacer cosas diferentes, y luego así es como yo me hallé yo misma, y me ayudó mucho Miss Stamp y todo eso para que pueda pensar como que puedo hacer más cosas que lo que pensé que estaba limitada yo.
I tell all the new teachers to be brave and not to be nervous, because there's nothing to be nervous. It's just that there's a lot of kids in the room, and you'll notice that it ain't that big of a deal.
Keep your head up high, because some of us are bad, but once we get the hang of you, we can be respectful and show you the respect that you deserve.
You probably be great when you be a teacher, because you're great now as a teacher. Y cuando se fue de nosotros clase le extrañé mucho. I want to say bye to you, give you a hug. I'm gonna miss you, and I always be with you, and I always be happy at you.
She's a good teacher, and when I grow up, I want to be like her.
But it's a pleasure to see all of you again. I believe I was saying I remember visiting your cohorts in your intern 1 semesters and just giving you our official welcome to the PDS. And just sharing in the excitement that we felt for all of you who were about to be really getting into the heart of preparing for the work of teaching. And I had the chance to share with you about this beautiful ceremony that we held for graduating teachers. And I told you that in just a few short semesters, it would be your time to have your own pinning ceremony. And so you're here this afternoon, and it's really wonderful to see this coming full circle for you. So we are really excited to honor all of you as you prepare to graduate and to go out into the profession. So we are at a pinning ceremony. So of course there's a pin involved in this, and it's no surprise that our pin is a Longhorn pin. And that pin is to represent your roots as a graduate of UT Austin. So in just a few minutes, we will have the pinning ceremony. We'll invite you up individually to receive your pin. And in addition to your pin, you'll receive a lanyard. And attached to the lanyard is the Longhorn Creed. We'll have an opportunity to read it. You've seen it on that the cross-cutting themes document that I shared with you when I visited you, and which you've probably seen a few other times across your time in the PDS. So you'll get to take that Longhorn Creed with you into your classroom in the fall. But the creed then, it represents the goals and the values and commitments that we hold as a faculty at the University of Texas. And this teacher creed, like the pinning ceremony that we're at this afternoon, has a long and a rich history. And so I want to tell you just a little bit about the significance of the event that you're at this afternoon. So in 1897, John Dewey, who was perhaps the most famous educational philosopher in the United States, published a text called My Pedagogic Creed. Dewey's statements of his beliefs and hopes for teachers and education were fully at odds with most practices in schools at the time when he was an educator. But John Dewey's pedagogic creed combined his vision for what schools could be and what his role would be in making them better spaces for children and our future society. And if you've seen our cross-cutting themes and the Longhorn Creed, you, I think, can agree that we are really pushing the boundaries in terms of what we think schools should be and could be for students today, and what your role as future teachers is in making that a reality. So the Longhorn Creed, it represents the goals and values and commitments that we hope you will take with you as your own and that you will carry on into your own career. And later in the ceremony, we'll invite you to join with us as we read the Longhorn Teacher Creed together. But before we do that, we are going to give you an opportunity to hear from some of the folks who've been closest to you, right, in preparing you for your time in the classrooms. So we have lots of you here this afternoon, which is why we're out of Sanchez and in this big, beautiful auditorium. We have teachers here representing all of our pathways, EC6, bilingual, special education, and secondary ELA and social studies. You will all be recognized this afternoon. We will call you up one cohort at a time. Your cohort coordinator will give some remarks, and then as you come up, you'll be lining up to the right of the podium. You will hand your card. I hope you have those cards. You wrote your names on them to your coordinator so that she can call your name and present you to the audience this afternoon. As you walk across the stage, Dr. Wetzel and I will be handing out the pin, the Longhorn pin, and also your lanyard. We want you to just take those and go back to your seats. You'll have an opportunity to pin each other a little later on in the ceremony. So those are the instructions. You got it? All right, okay. So we're going to get started now. I'd love to invite the cohort coordinators to come up to the stage, please. Can give them a hand as they come up. Okay, so we will begin our remarks with Deb Kelt, our coordinator for secondary ELA. All right, thank you, Deb.
To my cohort, each of you have worked so hard this semester. No matter the circumstances, you created gorgeous work with your students, and you each did this with creativity and passion, making something beautiful and rare. I think that's what I'll miss most about each of you. You are such creative intellectuals, teacher artists of the language arts. Matthew, your artistry shines when you talk to young readers and writers. You hold their attention like a musician holds a beautiful note, steady and clear. Even when you are talking to only one child, the others turn around to be part of the magic. You cast a spell when you teach. Lisa, your artistry shines in the way you persevere for the students. You insist on love and light, even when the semester has turned dark. You have never given up on the vision you want for your teaching, just like a great painter holds on to the image they want to create. You are a tenacious teacher artist. Carla, you push as a teacher artist. You stand up for the kids like an avant-garde performance artist, challenging the way we see the world, testing the boundaries and insisting things can be different. You work to create a better world in school, no matter what. Your art stands up for kids. And Zaina, you understand that artists thrive on inspiration. You bring so much of yourself to the classroom and you share your passions so generously. From Patti Smith to Trevor Noah. You are awestruck when you talk to the kids about their writing. You make them feel famous, like they're in a New York poetry reading. You are a teacher who opens the world to students. It has been an honor to be your teacher. I'll miss you so much. Keep making, keep teaching, and keep insisting on beauty. Come on down. You all have your note cards. Good, excellent following directions. Carla Villarreal. Matthew Mendez. Oh, sorry, went too fast. Matthew Mendez. Zaina Elsit. Lisa Winningham. Can I introduce the next person? Sorry. I think I'm introducing the Urban Teachers Social Studies now. Yeah. William Bay.
Good afternoon. I'm William Bay. I represent the UT Social Studies program. To the UT Urban Secondary Social Studies cohort, congratulations on the first of what will be many accomplishments in your teaching careers. You have all worked so hard, and I hope this ceremony highlights our appreciation for your work and your commitment to join this wonderful profession of teaching. From everyone in our program, thank you for trusting us to help you develop as educators. Thank you for allowing us to mentor you to the best of our abilities. And thank you for being such great individuals who value the mission of education. We've been so blessed to have such an incredible group to work with. You are all the type of teacher I had hoped to have as a student. You're passionate about your content, you're partners in learning with your students, and most importantly, you're advocates for your students and the families you serve. I'm excited to see what the future holds for each and every one of you. Whatever school you join, whatever students will be in your classroom will be the luckiest individuals ever. As our school motto says, what starts here changes the world. In that light, I hope what started here is your desire to join a noble profession and your passions for education changes the future schools you work in, the future communities you partner with, and most importantly, the future students you will serve. Congratulations. By the way, Michael Joseph wanted me to tell you still have class on Monday. Y'all can come on up. Oh, I don't need your cards. If I don't know you by now, that's bad on my job. Novella Marble. Astrid Rodriguez. You keep that. Karina Torres. Seth Matusalam. Gloria Kazadi. Ubaldo Gimme. Yeah, go ahead.
Ubaldo Arzate.
Thank you. Mia Sokolowski. Ava Sokolowski. Joanna Duran. Erin Aguiano. Natalie Camacho. Congratulations again. I guess next up is Kelly Cruz.
Thank you. Wow. Okay, well, when Dr. Wetzel asked me to take 2 cohorts, when lovely Myra left, I was like, she was like, are you ready for 2 at the same time? And I thought, I have twins. Like, how could it be any different? Anyway, it's like my twins. I love you both, and I can't imagine my life without either of you. So I have just a quote to share, and then I will call you up. It's by James Clear. In the beginning, your skills are raw, your knowledge is sparse, and you lack experience. At best, you are able to produce work that is just okay. And then, even then, you'll manage to reach just okay by giving your best effort. Nobody wants to produce something that is just okay. You'll feel like it's beneath your standards. You'll worry what others think about you. You'll wonder whether you'd be better off taking a different path. But it is impossible to reach that stage unless you're willing to work through your current stage. And so, one of the main obstacles between who you are and who you could be is courage. The courage to keep trying even if you're not as good as you hope. The courage to keep trying despite your fears and what others may think. The courage to keep trying without knowing what the future will unfold. The only way to be exceptional later on is to have the courage to be just okay right now. This is how it is for everyone. So this has been such a wonderful experience to have both of you, and I'm just so proud of all of your accomplishments. I'm going to call up Cohort C. Jade Leoncio. Mackenzie Kasperzik. Parker Stavely. Megan Lama. Daniela Acosta. Natalie Vandermost. Riley Dunn. I really want to hug all of you, but I know it'll take all day if I do that also. Caitlin Quinn. Natalie Leventhal. Samantha Walsh. Paige Davis. Madison Dyer. Natalia Shishko. Thank you. I practiced it. Grace Wentworth. Juliana Posse. Yuting Ye. Katina Stevens. Yay, congratulations. Cohort H, if y'all want to start heading up. Ruby Salinas. Hannah Kang. Kaylee Martinez. McGee Ushte. Pace Warren. Ruhi Momin. Isabella Mora. Emma Vincent. Amara Coleman. Georgia Redwine. Samantha Sonka. Molly Lowe. Ava Sims. Ella Loper. Emily Agan. Hannah Greenall. Catherine Spate. Next up.
Can you all see me? Cohort D. We have certainly had ups and downs through our time together, but through all of them, you have demonstrated how strong and resilient you are. I am honored and full of admiration for your commitment to improve your lives and the lives of the people around you. Do not forget that this is the beginning of what you want. You hold the key to open the doors to new learning experiences. Do not forget that the key metaphor also applies to the work you will be doing. Bilingualism is another key that unleashes the power of a community. Be the one that opens the doors to the students and the families you will serve. Remember that you have what it takes to do this work. Do not let anything or anyone extinguish that fire that lives in you to go on. I feel fortunate to have crossed paths with you in this life journey, where we have co-learned and enriched each other's lives. I feel hopeful and proud of the work you will do in the field. Felicidades, Cohort D. Estoy muy orgullosa de todos sus logros. Sí se pudo. Adelante. Pasen, Cohort D. Elizabeth Bear. Caroline Cullen. Atsiri Sierra. Kaylen Mendez. Jennifer Compián. Abigail Ramírez Campos. Leslie Mendoza. Mirka Cordero. Vanessa Morales. Ay, no. Catherine Carías. Mariana Vázquez Esparza. Yazaret Marcelo Ramírez. Cristal Torres. Nireida Rodríguez. Felicidades, Cohort D.
I can't find my speech. Oh, wait, I didn't write one. all these wonderful things these other cohort coordinators have said, let's just echo all that. Okay? Yes. And then in 2 weeks, when you come to my house to celebrate, I'll give y'all my real advice. So come on up. Y'all are all one cohort. So come on up, cohort F. All 32 of you, make your way up here. Here is my amazing cohort F. Are we ready? We practice. Margaret. Y'all got it down. Caitlin. I told you, MK. Allison. Margaret. Elena. Lainey. Casey. Caitlin. Y'all could have done better on that one, but that's cool. Abigail. Morgan. Jamie. Josie. Y'all better be ready. Lily. Yeah. Jason. Tiffany. Denise. Yes. Grace. Oh, y'all get this one right. Sandra. It was a good attempt. Good attempt. Avery. Isabel. Amelia. I need these last names to keep on coming, y'all. Simeona. Amaya. Emma. Haley. Oh, poor Haley. Allison. Sequoia. And last but certainly not least, Isaac. Woo! Y'all are effing amazing. I love y'all. We have EC6 ESL, cohort J.
Hello. Thanks for that. It's kind of scary up here. How do you guys do it all the time? Okay, listen, I'm very happy to congratulate the graduating class of 24, obviously, but I'm even happier to say a little bit about my very remarkable cohort, cohort J. Now, my students know that I can't go 5 minutes without quoting Paulo Freire. I'm not going to do that. I'll simply say that when you boil it down, what Freire tells us is that good teachers make us think about paradoxes. They make us contemplate contradictions. Cohort J has gotten me to think about a great number of paradoxes that define this extraordinary but really strange act that we call teaching. Allow me to paraphrase a few of them. First paradox, you're saying that the better we get at teaching, the more risks we take, the harder and more intense the feedback and the coaching gets? What gives? I don't know. That's how it works. I don't know. Second paradox. So the idea is that we have to be both expert planners and expert improvisers? Is good teaching about structure or is it about freedom? Which is it? I don't know. I have no idea. That's just kind of how it goes. Yeah. But the most important paradox Cohort J teaches me is this one, that teaching is both an individual and a social act, a social process. It's deeply personal and it's deeply collective. I marvel at the personal journeys that have been undertaken by the 16 individuals in Cohort J, your transformation from students into teachers. But I marvel more at the community that you have built, how you show up for this group, how you push one another to want more. For yourselves, for your cohort, for your profession, and for your students. I know this feels kind of like an end, but the story of this community, of our cohort, is only beginning. And I know you 16 teachers will continue to give me plenty to marvel at long into the future. Congratulations, you've earned it. Come get your pins. Is that okay? Didn't want to do too much, you know. Yeah. You ready? Yeah? Alyssa Leal. Jordan Beatty. Emily Morse. Catherine Kraft. Abby Johnson. Caroline Massey. Ashley Williams. Annika Weber. Rebecca Graves. Rebecca Graves. Diana Davis. Kaylee Davis. Cameron Natal. Doyan What's your name again? I know, yeah. Jane Garvin. Mia Martinez. Molly Kaufman. Congratulations, Cohort J. And we are going to welcome Cohort R.
Buenas tardes. It is my turn to give a few remarks from my beautiful, talented, brilliant Cohort R. From the first semester in your PDS when I wasn't going to teach you, and I was not very happy about that, we met with a culturally relevant text and started to know each other until today. You have taken me on a ride with mujeres penconas. Penconas, ¿te suena? Yes, that's my Nicaraguan word for mujeres poderosas, que empujan su energía y su fuerza frente a cualquier reto o desafío. Powerful women who push their energy and strength under any challenge or goal. I enjoyed each and every one of your personalities as we face the many steps in this bilingual, bicultural journey. We strive to empower you with the tools to advocate for bilingual students and make them thrive. But you also constantly showed me that advocacy and talent visibility comes out naturally if we as instructors and mentors just open the right doors and release those invisible locks or constraints. Because you have it inside you, the talent and the vision from your own unique experiences and a new commitment that I saw emerging in this PDS, I am certain you will open doors and make the talent in your students visible and powerful. Therefore, I am certain you will have a huge impact in this world through your classroom activities. Congratulations, queridas maestras. I will never forget Cohort R of Mujeres Penconas, and I hope to continue to be in touch as you embark on your bilingual teaching experience. Now, may you all come to the stage, please. Leslie Lopez. Carla Rojas. Luisa Caballero. Jennifer Benítez García. Giselle Bautista. Jessica Rivas de la Torre. Jennifer Centeno Valdivia. Sabrina Macedo. Nayeli Salazar. Diana Camargo. Itzel González Laureano. Stephanie González Vega. Adilene García Paz. Congratulations again. Let's give them a big applause.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Dr. Tracy Flores, and I'm the proud cohort coordinator for Cohort S. And I just want to also thank all of my colleagues, my cohort coordinators who have been on this journey with me. So I want everyone to give them a round of applause because they've worked so hard. And as you notice, they saved the best for last. And so I'm really happy to be up here and to offer some consejos, some words of advice to my cohort. And as they know already, I like to anchor a lot of our conversations in stories and storytelling. And so I brought some of the share text. I'm not going to do a read aloud. I just wanted to show some of the texts that we've read together as I give my consejos. So we started our journey together, seated in community at Hart Elementary School, sharing the moments, memories, and people that led us to pursue this career as teachers and answer this calling. To be the teachers we never had, to heal our inner niñas, to emulate the caring ways of favorite teachers, to share our love of reading, to create curriculum where our young people feel seen and heard, and where they could bravely share themselves in a caring community. We came together because of our shared desire to make a difference in the lives of our students. Together, we journeyed through the PDS, and I asked you to imagine, to dream of endless possibilities for your futures and your future classrooms. You developed powerful lessons across your courses, following children, naming the smart things they did every single day, and honoring where they started, where you started, and where you journeyed with them. I asked you to imagine designing your own brave, caring classroom communities, where you imagined and envisioned your classrooms, restorative, life-giving, and full of joy. We work through challenges and always look toward the joy in the small moments of our days. There were moments when our time was slow and other times in which it seemed to fly by. And now, as we think of this journey, and you are about to enter the next phase as classroom teachers, pursuing degrees at Harvard and teaching abroad, it feels like a blur. And here we are. And so I leave you with these words. Remember your journey that started at your homes and your communities, and this journey together through UT Austin. Remember the children, remember why you started, and remember to always, always trust your heart and to know that I am here for you in all of the ways that you need me to be here for you. I am so proud of you, and I'm really grateful to have watched you evolve and grow and step into your power as teachers. I welcome up Cohort S. They have a Okay, I was like, sorry. You're gonna come back around though, right? Okay. Genesis Sevilla, and she's also accepting for Shelby Prince. Laura Davis. Carolyn Burke Dullinger. You're fine. Ann Porter. Madeline Hendon. Emma Carrier. Zia Varani. Hannah Kim. Kayla Cantu. Maddie Spotswood. Nina Porter. Dalen Miller. Thank you so much, Cohort S.
All right. Well, that was pretty awesome. And we're not even done yet. There's more fun to come. Congratulations again to all of you. You now have your lanyards and your pins. Wonderful. So now we are going to do our reading of the Longhorn Teacher Creed together. Do we need to do it? Yeah? Okay. So you have the creeds. I think it will be up on the screen as well as in your program. And yes, it's displayed on the screen right now. So our creed has 7 commitments, and they're organized into 3 groups. Who we are, so identities, what we value, our values, and then what we practice, our practices. So in reading our creed together, while our cohort coordinators return to their seats, so we'll work through these by, I will read the first line of each section. And then for those of us who are bilingual, we're asking that you read the second line of each section in orange, which is in Spanish. And then all together, we will read the line in blue. So those are our instructions. And I did have there's a program. Okay, so I'll start with the first line. Our bilingual colleagues will help us in reading the orange line and then together the blue line. We ready to go? Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, how's that? Better? Okay, great. I am a Longhorn teacher. Who am I? I am self-aware. I recognize who I am and who I am becoming in terms of my multiple identities. I am a Longhorn teacher. Who am I? I am a learner. I will grow my teaching into more powerful practices and share them with others. I am a Longhorn teacher. What do I value? I value courage and determination. I will view all challenges that confront me as opportunities to grow and change. I am a Longhorn teacher. What do I value? I value learners' differences as strengths. I will respect and engage with differences and will craft my teaching to build upon and sustain the abilities, cultures, and languages my students bring to school. I am a Longhorn teacher. What do I value? I value shared responsibility. I will hold myself responsible for all my teaching and will share in this responsibility with others to build a community that contributes to the growth and well-being of students. I am a Longhorn teacher. What do? I practice reflection on action. I will build humanizing practices and trusting relationships through my ongoing critical reflection. I am a Longhorn teacher. What do? I practice imaginative change. I will imagine the possibilities of a student-centered curriculum that is transformative for students and our collective communities. We are Longhorn teachers. Somos maestros Longhorn. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, that was beautiful. Thank you all so much for joining us in the reading of the Creed. And congratulations again to all of you graduating teachers. Again, it's a pinning ceremony, so now comes the fun part, which is to put on your pins. So this is the moment where we would invite you to do that. If you're comfortable and you're sitting next to a friend or a peer, you can pin one another, or you can go ahead and put your pin on yourself. So we'll give you a minute to do that. Okay, well, before we close, let's just maybe just wrap up together. We just want to say congratulations one more time. Thank you for pinning one another and putting on your pins. As you leave and as we close, we want to remind you about the commitments of the Creed. We want you to remind you to hold on to those commitments, and in times when you're celebrating and also times when you're feeling overwhelmed or challenged, that we would invite you to just hold on to that pin, look at that lanyard, remember your roots, and find your footing. So thank you for coming this afternoon. We hope the celebration was as exciting and affirming for you as it has been for us, and congratulations again. Okay.